Ford, you know. The last movie he's made, matanda na siya, may stuntman na siya, may ganyan.
Yeah, so that's the level of ASEAN Center can go into, but not into the national level
cannot
of...
interfere.
Cannot interfere at the national level.
But that's interesting because we do have the capacity and the resources in this country. When you say ecotourism, we already have the basic natural resource. It's a matter of minding Mother Earth with biodiversity, the complexity of biodiversity, and then introducing what you call still the tourism to bring in the foreign tourism trade and or the local tourism trade for commerce, but bringing them to understand even better their environment and Mother Earth. No?
What is the main problem as far as the region is concerned about sustaining information, sustaining ecotourism, sustaining the balance between ecology, man and environment?
Well, actually, one of the main impediments, let's say just impediments, is that availability of information is not really that available.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know how to get to a place.
Yeah, for example.
Oh, yun ang nalata ko eh. Not enough science. Not enough information. Kulang, mapa. Even advertising, kulang eh. I don't know, kulang na awareness.
And that involves funding.
Yeah.
That involves appropriations from the government because such effort.
Eh, dito na sa Maynila, bigyan kita pangalan ng kalye, hanapin mo. Pagdating mo, wala na yung street sign, di ba? Maynila pa lang yun eh. Even Makati, they're disappearing streets, you know, all of a sudden, the street is a basketball court. Wala nang kalye, di ba?
Yeah. Actually, one of the good practices here in Southeast Asia is, for example, in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia, and in Singapore, they have the buses as the advertising vehicle.
Yes.
That it says, come to Jurong National Park or Gunung Ledang National Park, and these are the pictures that you will see. And they're all painted in many of the buses. Here, for example, well, here in the Philippines, we have commercial products that are painted on the buses.
Vote for, di ba, may check, may yellow, yun ang nakita natin sa buses, di ba?
So, even if you're a pedestrian in Kuala Lumpur, in Singapore, then a bus passes by, hey, there's a protected area nearby. Yeah. So,
and then you go to the mall, they have brochures on ecotourism, they have a tour package. You go to a travel shop and you download in the internet and you get this package and they bring you to these particular sites.
So, kulang lang na awareness tayo.
Yeah. So, launch a social media campaign. You got the Twitter, you got the Facebook, and you got the YouTube. My God, the Malaysians are using this extensively. You know, truly Malaysia is truly Asia. You know, it sticks into the mind. You know, when it comes to the Philippines, for example, is there any such massive effort for?
Wala, tulog ang tourism.
What about
Pilipinas, tulog ang tourism natin.
Is there no forest walks?
they have a
they do in Sabah?
They have a canopy walk in Cagayan de Oro, but it was not as lucrative as it was once thought. No, so well, I think it's still there, but very few tourists go to the area.
Tayo, meron tayo, Port Santiago, habang naglalakad ka, yung tour guide mo, sinasabi sa'yo, ito dito sa kanan po, ito yung binutas ni Makoy, naghahanap ng yung Yamashita Treasure. Hindi pinag-usapan yung kama ni Rizal. Eh. Dito naman po, akala natin dito kasi inurong nila yung butas, tapos naiiwan to, mga 10 taon to, nakabutlat lang po ito. Ganun nga. We are at the end of the program, and I'd like to give you both an opportunity to address our viewers again on the subject of biodiversity. Would you like to start?
What is in your mind? What is really needed to get ecotourism take off in this region?
Well, actually, in this region, it's very lopsided because Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore are really cashing in on ecotourism. Whereas from Myanmar to Cambodia, Vietnam, Philippines, and Laos, they're in different stages of development. Actually, the Philippines, according to the World Economic Forum report of 2008-2009, we are ranked 86.
86?
Yeah.
Out of how many?
Out of 133. Out of 133. Now, Vietnam and Cambodia is 87 and 88. But Vietnam and Cambodia, probably in the next 2 years, they will overtake us. See?
Okay. Because they're providing more funds for it.
Yes, not only funds, but they're really promoting their countries for ecotourism. So, what we have as a resource base, as a capital base for ecotourism is the natural resources that we have, the biodiversity that we have, and according to the World Trade Organization, nature-based tourism or ecotourism runs up to about several $1 billion worth every year.
We're missing out.
And we're missing out on that.
Yeah. What is it, are you through with that?
Yeah.
So,
anything else you want to add? You know, because I'm going to ask Donna here for anything else that we might have overlooked.
Well, I think she can fill in. She can fill in what I have missed.
Yeah, I think the basic thing about us making go of ecotourism is to first believe that we have something to show. We have a beautiful country. I cannot stop saying that. We have something to show, and therefore we should develop the facilities. We should devote resources. The money should devote resources. Private people, the academe, everyone should put in their intellectual, financial, whatever resources they have to make ecotourism grow in our country, which means devoting research for the different destinations, finding out about wildlife, finding out about the forests, and then capacitating people in the countryside, in and around the protected areas, so that they're capable of certain skills like tour guiding, managing ecotourism destinations, doing homestay, where people can stay, and for private institutions to create good hotels where tourists can go, for government, Department of Tourism, not only to promote but maybe to help package products, and most importantly to keep a good image of our country. For us to keep a good image of our country. Many people were asked, why don't you come to the Philippines? Why do you go to Bali? Why do you go to Thailand and not to the Philippines? And they asked me, do you have an image problem? I said, what image problem? People outside of the country seem to think that the whole country is like Mindanao. We have problems, and peace and order.
Or Mindanao.
And you know, that's the image that they get. So they don't drop by the Philippines. We have to make people come to these destinations, whether they're local, they're the children who need to see the biodiversity, the rich culture of the Philippines. But most importantly, I think what we need here is being proud of our nation.
Thank you very much, Dr. We're running out of time.
Yeah. Well, I can give you 4 or 5 sentences, brief sentences. To me, if we capsulize that, what it means really is, number one, there should be sufficient information campaign going about what is available in the Philippines. Therefore, it must be funded, and initially by the government, since they can start it, jumpstart it, and the other private people, entrepreneurs in the provinces can do their bit, like putting up a good CR, comfort room facility, and hotels, you know, or motor hotels that you would find, so that there is sufficient infrastructure. Already there is, for now, there is sufficient infrastructure because everybody has a cell phone, you see. So that should not be a problem. But when it comes to others like electricity and energy, they should have that, because otherwise there won't be any lesson learned from what we call sustainable development, sustainable ecotourism. No? That's what it means, right?
Thank you very much. We've already passed the time. Very quickly, I'd like to point out you've got the new re-electionist Governor Piñol in Lingayen. He's got a new area that's in that direction. It's called ecotourism for one of the beaches in the Lingayen Gulf. It's beautiful. It's all set. At least here's an area that's being pre-planned way ahead of time. This is basically what it is. So you want to learn more, you just tune into the CN Center for Biodiversity. These are the people, the academe, that put not just study, but real research into this program. And or you call us, you call the Center for Futuristics.
Or ASEAN Center